know. You never know. Hey folks, David Olney here, and this show is You Never Know. And so what's happened this past week? Preparing for upcoming residency at the 5 Spot that starts in a little more than 1 week. And I'm going to be playing with this guy, Ward Stout. What a name. Ward Stout. That's what made this country great. Names like that. And he's a fiddle player. And he's going to be playing with the band, and that's going to be cool. And also Mark Robinson on the one on the 17th, I think it is going to be playing a set, and that'll be cool too. All kinds of amazing events will be going on. A show within a show. Okay. Okay, now, look at this. This lovely young woman on the cover of Las Vegas Weekly is Ruby Lewis. And she was, when I did this thing, this kind of a send-up of Nancy Sinatra's These Boots Are Made for Walking, she was one of the dancers in it. And look, now she's on the cover of Las Vegas Weekly. Dave Olney, Stepping Stone to the Stars. Okay, so coming up, so the 5 Spot thing, that's the main thing, every Thursday in September, 6 to 8:30 p.m. Then later on, Western Canada in late October, courtesy of the Bow Valley Music Club. And Sonnets for sale. Direct by email only at davidolneyalert@gmail.com. Okay. And we're doing, let's get to work here. We're doing songs from Dutchman's Curve. And I wanted to do this one called Little Sparrow. And it's one I wrote with John Hadley, like a whole lot of songs. And it's about Edith Piaf. Get in tune here. Sing to me, little sparrow. Tell me how it feels to be alone. Sing like there'll be no tomorrow. Love's a dream forgotten with the dawn. Deep inside your heart there's only sorrow. An emptiness that you cannot deny. Nothing hurts so much as longing for love's touch. Little sparrow, mend your broken heart. Spread your wings and fly. Sing to me, little sparrow. Tell me how it feels to be alone. Sing like there'll be no tomorrow. Love's a dream forgotten with the dawn. Yeah. Nothing hurts so much as longing for love's touch. Little sparrow, mend your broken heart. Spread your wings and fly. Sing to me, little sparrow. Tell me how it feels to be alone. Sing like there'll be no tomorrow. Love's a dream forgotten with the dawn. Love's a dream forgotten with the dawn. All right. Good work, Miller. A little late, but you're in there. Okay. Little Sparrow. Hey, trying to work here. Okay, that's with John Hadley. John Hadley called me up and said, hey, you need to go see this movie, La Vie en Rose, The Life of Edith Piaf. So I went with my wife and we saw it, and it was a great movie. And the next day I called John up and we got together and we wrote Little Sparrow. And at the time I'd been listening to just Western swing, I guess. It was, you know, the Texas Playboys and that stuff. And I just kind of had that doom ba doom ba doom ba doom thing going on in my head. So that kind of became, you know, the music. It's like Edith Piaf fronting a Western swing band. It's kind of cool. Okay, so now, see, I got something in my throat here. The Ancient Mariner. Last week when we left off, where were we? The Ancient Mariner. It's just on the ship, and all his buddies, the rest of the crew, they all dropped down dead. And now he continues his story. And he's telling this whole thing to the wedding guest that he's stopped on the way to the wedding. The wedding guest speaks. I fear the ancient mariner, and I fear thy skinny hand, and thou art long and lank and brown as is the rib-sea sand. I fear thee in thy glittering eye, and thy skinny hand so brown. Fear not, thou wedding guest, this body drop not down. Alone, alone, all alone, alone on a wide, wide sea, and never a saint took pity on my soul in agony. The many men so beautiful, and they all dead did lie, and 1,000 slimy things lived on, and so did I. I looked upon the rotting sea, and drew my eyes away. I looked upon the rotting deck, and there the dead men lay. I looked to heaven and tried to pray, but or ever a prayer had gushed, a wicked whisper came and made my heart as dry as dust. I closed my lids and kept them closed, and the balls like pulses beat, and the sky and the sea and the sea and the sky lay like a load on my weary eye, and the dead were at my feet. The cold sweat melted from their limbs, nor rot nor reek did they, and the look with which they looked on me had never passed away. An orphan's curse would drag to hell a spirit from on high, but oh, more horrible than this is the curse in a dead man's eye. 7 days, 7 nights I saw that curse, and yet I could not die. The moving moon went up the sky and nowhere did abide. Slowly she was going up, and a star or two beside. Her beams bemocked the sultry main like April hoarfrost spread. But where the ship's huge shadow lay, the charmed water burnt away a still and awful red. Beyond the shadow of the ship I watched the water snakes. They moved in tracks of shining white, and when it reared, the elfish light fell off in hoary flakes. Within the shadow of the ship I watched their rich attire, blue, glossy green, and velvet black. They coiled and swam, and every track was a flash of golden fire. Oh, happy living things, no tongue their beauty might declare. A spring of love gushed from my heart, and I blessed them unaware. Sure, my kind saint took pity on me, and I blessed them unaware. The self-same moment I kept praying from my neck so free, the albatross fell off and sank like lead into the sea. All right. The beginning of redemption for the ancient mariner. Okay, that's what I got. Hope you all are doing good, and I'll see you next week. All right. You never know. You never know.